Bonjour and Dina Wemaganadog. I hope this finds you well. Just wanted to come in and share with you a kind of a breakthrough that I've recently had with regard to my exploration of grace as our superpower. I've been struggling with how to actually walk in grace, especially, in my everyday life, and have been feeling a bit convicted about being hypocritical about that. There are a lot of opportunities that I have to actually walk in grace, and because I'm not aware, I'm not being present in the moment, I'm participating in behaviors that are not gracious. But I had a realization recently. I was able to spend some time with a dear friend of mine. We were able to kind of like catch up and talk about issues that affect both of us, and a lot of venting. There was a lot of venting, at least on my behalf, going on. And what I realized, and I was really grateful for that opportunity, because I don't have a lot of people that I can vent to in a safe space and be seen as not being a bitch, I guess, if that makes sense. And so what happened is like, okay, I'm venting to her. It feels good. At least somebody gets what I'm saying. I'm able to like express these feelings. They're out. I feel so much better afterwards, except that I'm kind of like, oh, there wasn't very much grace in any of the things that I talked about at all. I guess at all. Well, very much. And what I realized is that's okay. So let me walk you through this. If you are finding yourself in a position of choosing whether or not to exercise grace with someone, that is preceded by a grievance. Someone has aggrieved you. You feel aggrieved, whether or not that's reality. There is a grievance. I believe that if you don't have a safe space where you can vent your grievance, if you go ahead and go through the process of granting grace to someone, that won't hold. And it won't be as powerful, it won't be as rich as if you had been able to vent about the grievance in a safe space where there's no judgment attached to it. So let's talk about safe space for a minute. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time about that. And I'm open to your suggestions as well. Like, what do you consider a safe space to be able to air your grievance so that it doesn't create negative emotions or unnecessary negative or pain for other people? And for me, in this example, it was someone who shares the similar experience as me in a different scenario, who I know will hear me and will not take my words as anything more than venting a grievance, and will leave it where it needs to be. In other words, I heard you, I see you, it is what it is. How can I help you through that? A safe space, as opposed to, for instance, I go to someone, similar experience, similar scenarios, and then they want to use that information to go and cause problems for me with other people. The person that I was sharing my grievances with, that will stay with her. And we both kind of commiserated together, and then we were both able to say, okay, well, let's step away from it. Let's just walk in grace. So what I want to put up for further conversation is, how are you able to find a safe space to vent your grievance so that when you move toward granting grace, it's more productive. So just something to think about, and I hope that this has made sense to you and that you're doing well. Please comment if you have any ideas about whether or not this makes sense to you, or whether or not you need more clarification or want to explore that a little bit more. And then if you have any further ideas about what a safe space would be, because I mean, obviously I'm talking from my experience, but my experience is my experience. Like, what would be a safe space for you from your experience? And the more examples that we can gather, hopefully the better we'll be able to radiate that goodness out into the world. So, talked enough. Bama P, be well, and see you the next time.